straightforward as it might seem, so I will keep going. But I will give you just a further example of that, is that here on the x-axis you can see the student number. Oops, sorry, so we had our 8 students, and then on the y-axis is that score rating. So remember, 0 was no skills at all, and 4 was excellent. Or excuse me, 1 was no skills. In this rating, we actually put no skills as a 1. And then you can see the blue indicates their pre-score. So we averaged all of the different variables for each student and did their pre-scores, and then we averaged all those scores for their post on all the variables. So you can see that if we just look at student 1, initially they actually rated themselves 4. You know, I'm excellent at every single variable we tested them on. And then if you take a closer look at that student's post score, they actually went down. And so we saw that across the board with the exception of student 2 here and student 7. But for the majority of students, we actually saw their self-perceptions, their skills go down. Now, as I mentioned, the story gets a little more interesting here. When we do self-perception surveys or Likert scales, the students are evaluating themselves based on their current knowledge. So once they take an in-depth course on the topic, such as what they did for this program, and they did the volunteer program, so they're really getting to understand the depth and the breadth of a certain topic, of leadership, and what it takes to be a leader. We find that, you know, the saying, you don't know what you don't know, is actually quite a common issue when we're trying to test pre and post scores. So the students actually overrated themselves because they didn't understand what it took to be able to really establish rapport, or what it took to, you know, manage conflict and stay calm in an argument. So all these different variables. So the students